Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Blades of Avernum. Last episode, we happened to do more explorations and managed to find out some of what was behind the destruction of this town. The mayor was forced at sword point into helping the rebels destroy this town, which was all to draw in the Empire troops to help it so that they could do something else, but we don't know what. Right now we have to get back. Well, for better or worse, the deed is done. The mayor is gone, hopefully never to return. Maybe the rebels will get him, maybe he'll escape the province alive. Either way, you learned all you could from him, and you can relay the information to Commander Alyssa. You decide that it would be best to, well, not so much lie to the townspeople, but simply to not say anything about the mayor's disappearance. It will probably make your life a lot easier. Either way, you lock the trapdoor behind you so that the townspeople will stay out of that unsafe basement. Yeah, let's go and report in. Alright, out this way. I'd like to talk about the investigation. Tell her what you learned from the mayor. You describe your encounter with the mayor, and Alyssa listens intently, scribbling notes down on a piece of parchment. When you reach the end of the tale, she takes a deep breath and looks you square in the eye. She looks shocked beyond belief. I can't understand why you would have done this. You let a traitor slip out of our grasp. I don't care what else he said, he deserved to die, and you let him go. You will tell no one of this, not a single soul. However, when you present her with the mayor's journal, her expression brightens. She quickly flips through it. Of course! This will be enough evidence to defend what's happened here. The bureaucrats won't be able to touch us. So what now? Well, while you were at the ruins, one of my soldiers reported some suspicious activity up by the Pearl Bridge, and we believe that it's the rebels. The mayor was clearly just a pawn. Granted, he was a pawn who did his job, but we're after the king now. I want you to go down to the Pearl Bridge and find Private Scott. He'll tell you what he's found, and then you can investigate it. You ask why she hasn't sent in her troops yet, and she smiles grimly. I don't want my soldiers getting ambushed by rebels who are clearly well armed. You, on the other hand, are disposable to me. You have your orders. Now go. Gee, thanks. Glad you have such faith in us. Alright. Shouldn't go out the north, actually. Let's go out the south. Onwards to the Pearl Bridge. As I expected, she wasn't happy that we let him go, but such as it was. Oh, he's back. Okay. Joshua, you had mentioned. Joshua's still here, but he doesn't seem as talkative as before. You're a rebel, aren't you? Joshua looks straight into your eyes and then nods. You're smarter than I thought. I advise you to leave us alone. And with that, he leaps over the edge of the bridge, narrowly missing a few sharp rocks on his way into the water. You wait a while, and you don't see him surface anywhere. You're willing to admit it's a unique exit, but maybe not the best one. You have a bad feeling that you'll be seeing him again. Alright. This soldier seems to have finally finished flirting with the woman standing nearby, and has now busied himself with glancing around suspiciously. When he sees you, he excitedly motions for you to come closer. I am Private Scott of this Empire's army. I have been told to contact a group of adventurers about current suspicious activities in this area, and I believe you match the description given to me. What are you doing here? Private Scott stands in full attention. Protecting one of our province's cherished landmarks, he practically yells. The woman standing behind him laughs. Looking a bit cowed, Private Scott quietly adds, and mingling with the local populace, trying not to make a fool out of myself. What do you have to tell us? Private Scott takes a deep breath before beginning. Well, I think it's about the rebels. Commander Alyssa hasn't told me everything about what's going on, but I think I'm sharp enough to figure it out, he says with a wink. Somehow you're almost completely certain that he has no idea what's going on, but you let him continue, hoping that he says something useful. I've seen boats around the base of the falls, he says with a sweeping gesture to the north. They go in there and they don't come out for hours at a time. The boats are always riding higher when they come out. But the weird thing is, he says, pausing in what he probably thinks is a dramatic fashion, there's never anybody guiding the boats. So I think that there's some sort of rebel base behind the falls, because nobody who wasn't doing something subversive would need invisible boatmen. Okay, where is it? Private Scott seems a little shaken by your response. Probably expected a little more surprise on your part, but he keeps going anyway. Well, I'm not so sure, but the boats usually dock in the woods on this side of the river, so I think there must be some sort of dock or entrance over here, along the cliffs. I haven't seen very many people, so don't expect to see a very well-defined trail, but I'm sure that there has to be something there. Anything else you need to tell us? Good luck, he says, adding a hopeful smile. Well, that just happened to appear. This is interesting. You probably never would have noticed this path had Private Scott not told you about it, but now it's rather obvious. The forest is definitely thinner here, and there's a clear path up to the cliffs by the waterfall. Footprints are clearly visible in patches of dried mud. Wherever these rebels are, they don't seem to care much about being found. Well, the path through the woods led you here. It's barely a cave, more of a crevice in the cliffs, really, but the footprints do lead right up to it. The sound of the falls is really loud here, loud enough that you're worried about someone or something sneaking up on you. Then again, the fact that the ground is littered with the bones of small animals is just a bit more disconcerting to you right now. This is a bit unsettling. You see immense spiderwebs off to the northeast, and something in that direction smells awful. Hopefully it has nothing to do with the rebels. It smells even worse in this corner of the cave, and you soon see why. There's an immense, nasty-looking spider at the back of this chamber. After a tense, quiet moment, you realize that it's not going to attack you because it's dead. It's probably why it smells so bad, come to think of it. And it also explains the bones. You take a look at the spider's body and see that it was rather cleanly run through with an impressive sword. And unsurprisingly, it smells downright putrid. Unsurprisingly, there are no valuables on the spider's body, so you back away. There must be a hidden path somewhere. You notice an odd-looking crack in the west wall. There's definitely something odd about this wall, so being the adventurers that you are, you decide to poke at it. You barely tap on the wall and a crack opens up, prompting you to step through it. On the other side, you find a roughly hewn tunnel that looks like it was made recently. This must be the way to the rebels. You pause at the bottom of the slope, certain that you heard a voice up ahead. Silently crouching in the shadows, you hear a voice through the sound of the falls. Damn Empire rats! If they find us, we're done for! Another voice follows the first. They might find us, but they won't get past us. Be ready. The voices sink beneath the dull roar of the falls, but whoever they are, it seems that they know you're here. Well, that was unexpected. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back to where we were, but this time I didn't actually speak to Joshua. This time he won't actually know. They shouldn't be warned. Or they know we're here anyway. I guess it makes sense. Wow, those archers are very powerful. Reloading again. Too close. Well, I can hit one of them. You need to give a healing to Fox. You can now lightning spray. I got rid of one of the archers. Good. There we go. This window is surprisingly small, but probably adequate for the rebel archer's uses. Probably never would have seen it from the outside. You're suddenly very glad that Private Scott didn't recommend taking a boat to get here. It wouldn't have lasted a minute with invisible archers picking you off. Definitely need a healing to Sheik. Someone leveled up, but I'm not sure who. Having finally dispatched the guards, you pause to catch your breath. These rebels are a bit tougher than the run-of-the-mill bandits you're so useful. Regrettably, you weren't very quiet about killing them. You soon hear more voices from further down the passage. Alright. A U-bow. Very nice. Didn't mean to pick that up. Oh, we've got some poor chainmail. Which can be sold. An iron large shield, which you could use, and a fine leather helmet, which isn't useful for any of us, same with the steer. Oh, I forgot to get things that necklace identified. And has value. This is a ridiculous amount of supplies. These rebels must be well organized. And we've got bolts there. And bolts there. And another U-bow. Alright. Ow. Okay, there goes that one. Hold on. I'm gonna run out again for a minute. Forgot that there was someone up here who can heal. And what the hell? You're a rebel, aren't you? And he's gone. So sue me. Right. You over here, you can identify this. Freedom Charm. 25% resistance to mental effects. Can't sell anything to him, though. You're gonna wear that. Oh wait, you already have something. Actually, that's... Alright, Draco, you can use this charm. Can't sell anything to you. Can't sell anything to you. Well, that sucks. Can't sell anything to anyone. Alright, back into here. Oh, I see another archer. Fortunately, that archer we were able to surprise. Alright, let's keep going in. As you climb higher up behind the falls, the roar begins to quiet down. The ground is also drier up here. There's something about all of this that bothers you. If the rebels had the time and organization to carve out this tunnel, then what else could they be doing? Another rebel archer comes into view, but this one looks a bit different. Then you realize that it's the faint blue glow coming from the tips of his arrows. The effect is eerie, to say the least, and it makes the quiver strapped to his back look like a torch. He doesn't say anything, he just draws a handful of arrows, and leaves them floating in the air beside him while he notches the first one. The archer's arrow leaves a streak of blue light behind it, and you feel a deep, cold ache in your bones. Okay, that archer needs to die. The archer falls to the ground with a confused look on his face. A few arrows linger in the air for a while until gravity catches up with them and they clatter harmlessly to the ground. Bending over to examine one of the arrows, you notice that it's still glowing faintly. Maybe some of them can be put to good use again. Namely, yours. Alright. And a level up for Draco. Not bad. What have we got here? Icy arrows. Not bad. And another U-bow. I guess these icy arrows could actually be useful. Plus 40 cold damage. Yeah, why not? Odd. You can hear the falls getting louder again, even though you could swear you're heading farther from them into the cliffs. Though it's stranger that you feel a breeze coming from up ahead. Well, let's find out. You continue to creep forward, listening for more rebels, and your patience is rewarded when you spot a guard standing next to some piles of supplies. Perhaps you can still surprise them. You also smell a fire and something like vinegar. How about a slow? A rebel mage comes into view, and you instantly recognize her heavy load of charms and bracelets. It's Sir Kelly, the mage from Fort Galima. She smiles. Welcome! Surely you've figured out what's going on by now, so I'm just going to cut to the chase. You see, there's nothing to be gained by working for an impressive power like the Empire, but here I can work to my fullest potential. And now my work is to kill you! Okay, I can definitely say I did not see that coming at all. We need to get to that mage. Great, trapped in the force cage. But on the plus side, they're all trapped. Can't do much there. Okay, now they're not. The trick is we need to get... And I can't get close enough. That's effective. I didn't think it would work very well on her, but oh geez, that's bad. Okay. Of course that happened. Ah, crap. Gotta reload. On the plus side, since we found them... Okay, enter combat. How about a slow? On all of them. Ah, damn it. Okay, reloading again. I mean, it's definitely something that we can do. How about we wait for them to all to come closer like that? Right, give a haste to Fox. And you... still can't reach. Urgh. Fine. Blessing to Fox. Didn't get close enough. Okay. Healing to Fox. Fox is close enough. You can do enough. And you're dead. God damn it! Reloading again. I mean, we're definitely getting close. The rebel shouts an alarm. Haste. Enter combat. Okay. Healing for Fox. That was damaging. New lightning spray. Actually, no. Sir Kelly is immune, so damage the rest. And a healing for Fox. Another lightning spray. God damn it, reloading again. This is a tricky spot. Rebel shouts an alarm. Give the haste out to everyone. Enter combat. And here she comes again. Really? That happened? Okay, you, slow. Right. There we go. And a lightning spray. Of course, force caged. Why would that not be what happens? Okay, we're getting through there this time. Arrow! It's effective. Okay. Definitely a healing. There goes that one. Lightning spray should be able to do a decent amount, but nowhere near enough. Sir Kelly falls to the ground, charms clinking madly. Seems like they weren't enough to keep her alive. Now that this group of sentries lies face down in the dirt, you don't hear any more voices. In fact, the only sounds you hear are the campfire, some birds in the clearing, and the low rumble of the falls. While the relative silence is a bit disconcerting, you're more alarmed by the fact that you haven't seen anyone who looks like a leader yet. There go all them. Finally. Ooh, steel large shield. That is actually very useful. Okay. You're a little leery about opening this box, given these rebels' tendency to use explosives. But it doesn't smell odd, and it looks like the rebels themselves didn't handle it with much care. You tentatively ease the box open, and thankfully nothing explodes. Energy potions. You're going to drink both of them, Draco. And here we have a lot of iron arrows. Jeez. These boxes smell very strange and very similar to the lab at Fort Galima, and the package you delivered there, now that you think about it. You have a bad feeling that these are explosives, so you don't even try to touch them. So that's what the package we delivered was about. Weird meat? That's concerning. You're a little leery about opening this box, given these rebels' tendency to use explosives, but it doesn't smell odd, and it looks like the rebels themselves didn't handle it with much care. You tentatively ease the box open, and thankfully the piles of papers inside it don't explode. Plucking a sheet of aged paper off the top of the pile, you read, "The plan is as discussed. The rebellion will never fail, but I trust you to continue without us. The rats are on our heels, and we must flee." The message is dated several years ago, and it leaves you wondering how long this group of rebels has been on its own. So these are the explosives. Well, why don't you drink one? Okay, you actually need to. Alright, and we did level up, so Fox, more melee weapons. Sheik, you actually need more defense, you're falling behind. Bonnie, more intelligence. Draco, more intelligence. Yeah, I think that works. I guess Bonnie can put a point in Arcane Lore too. Draco, nothing. No, point in tardiness, actually. Alright. And I'm going to end this episode here because it's going on about long enough. We are pretty much at endgame, but I'm going to end this episode here because, yeah, like I said, it's gone on long enough, and there might be a little bit more. So, that'll be in the next episode. Till then, I'm Chester44, that is Fox, Sheik, Bonnie, and Draco. This has been a Blades of Avernum Let's Play, and I shall see you all next time.